In this video, I'm going to be talking to my student Paul, who just earned over $200,000 in commissions in one weekend. He's going to explain to you exactly how he did this step by step and how any realtor can do the same. Paul's been a realtor for just over a year, so I want to make it very clear that you don't need decades of experience to be earning 6 to 7 figures every year in real estate. At just 29 years old, I've been able to earn over $1 million selling houses every year. Now, I'm going to make it my goal to teach realtors like Paul, or like you, how to do the same. So let's jump into it. Paul, how are you?
Good.
Thanks so much for sitting with me for a bit, man.
My pleasure.
Can you do me a favor and just briefly describe what your lead gen process looks like? What do you do for lead gen?
Yeah, lead gen, I do a whole bunch of stuff. Main thing is going to be social media, door knocking, just networking, and just positioning myself in a way to just meet people, pretty much.
Awesome. Cool. So doing whatever you can to get in front of people and initiate those conversations.
Yeah, you got it.
Can you share where you were prior to working with me and kind of where you're at now and how your lead gen maybe has shifted or evolved since working with Rex Coaching?
Yeah, so before working with Rex Coaching, not to toot my own horn, sales skills were there, but definitely needed some sharpening in terms of just my communication skills.
What did you sell before?
I was actually selling life insurance before.
Life insurance. Okay, so less relationship based, or would you say same level of relationship building as in real estate?
Yeah, same relationship, but it was just more transactional. It was a quicker sale.
Right.
Here, the lead gen is the same, but just managing the client is a little bit different because it's a longer transaction. Right. So before working with Rex, I was in life insurance. I was doing okay, just a little bit shy of 6 figures. And then, came the year, exploded my business in a very short period of time because of the coaching and the mentorship. And it was fantastic.
Amazing. Can you share with me some of the challenges that maybe you had anticipated in making that career shift? Some of the challenges you thought you may face in embarking on a new journey in real estate? Maybe like some preconceived notions of what would be difficult, what would be hard, or opposite to that, did you think it would be very much the same, very much copy paste? Like you said with insurance, you had a list of leads handed to you. So do you want to maybe speak a little bit to me on that? What ideas did you have coming in?
Yeah, so ideas I had coming in, my biggest worry was always, where am I going to find business? Because coming from a business where, I would wake up in the morning with 15, 20 numbers to just call, coming into this without that, was not scary, but just a little bit nerve-wracking because I was like, where am I going to find the business?
Sure.
Right, so you positioned me in a way that, you didn't give me leads and give me the fish, but you taught me how to hunt and go out there. Now it's pretty much just a never-ending cycle that's, a well-oiled machine of producing leads.
Amazing. So your pipeline's always full of new business. Now you've set up the right processes where you do almost have those numbers to call daily, but because of what you're putting in, not because anything's handed to you, but because of what you're putting in and what you're generating.
So because of the systems that have been created, and I tell the group as well, if you guys aren't generating 1 to 3 new leads a day in terms of emails or numbers, then you're doing something wrong, because for me, it's a well-oiled machine now. 2 to 3 numbers are coming in every day. That's 2 to 3 new faces and new people that I could sell a product to, right?
The core of our business, right? The pipeline has to remain full. We always need people to be talking to sell to. And I think one of the biggest challenges in real estate is finding those people. So well said. Great point, Matt. So as a new agent joining our program, I guess in terms of timing, how long did it take you to implement the lead generation strategies? And then how long did it take you to actually start seeing results from your deployment of said strategies?
Yeah, so I'd say in terms of actually applying them, it took me longer than I wanted. And after, I started doing it and started seeing results, I kicked myself in the ass and started saying, dude, what took you so long to get on social media? What took you so long to go knock on the doors? But I think the reason it took me so long is because maybe the confidence wasn't there in terms of the market knowledge that came with just surrounding myself by yourself. And so I'd say it took longer than I wanted. If I could go back in time, it would have took a quick week or two. But I'd say when I started to apply it, it was super quick. My business went from this to this.
So you didn't implement the systems as quickly as you wanted to now in hindsight, but how quickly you said you could have implemented these systems within a week or 2 weeks of learning them? Basically.
For sure. Yeah. And if I implemented them again, my business would have went from 0 to 100 a lot quicker, but you don't know what you don't know.
It is what it is. You don't know what you don't know. Well said. So in that regard then, how long did it take for you to start seeing results from these strategies once you put them into practice?
Yeah, I'd say pretty much instantaneously, and it was pretty mind-blowing. These would be coming in, from Instagram, and I'd be getting messages, and I'd be like, holy crap, you know what, this actually works. And you were like, yeah, it works, dude. Like, that's why I'm telling you to do it.
I'm telling you, it works when you do it the right way. But what do you say to me now? You say how easy it is and how fun it really is.
Yeah, no, at this point, it really is easy. When I see people not doing it, I'm like, dude, like, what are you doing?
That's what breaks my heart, is people losing their passion, losing their vigor for this industry that can be and really is so much fun. It's just the right education is not there. The right way to tackle this business is just not time.
Agreed.
So in terms of our program, in terms of our training modules and what we really kind of teach, what was your role in that? Did we make it easy for you to just get out there and sell? Or was there more of a role that I could have assumed in terms of coaching and training you? What do you think my role was and your role was in building your business?
Yeah, so your role was to be the coach and the mentor and to provide me what works, right, based on what you learned over the last decade of being in business, right? You went through the trial and error. So your role was to just kind of say, hey, after the last decade of being in business, this is what works, just do this. And, you know, the role I had to take was just to be the person to do it and to get the results. And that's exactly what I did, and here we are.
Right, amazing. So you have a pretty cool little success story. Within a weekend, you generated over 6 figures in real estate GCIs.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us a little bit about maybe how our coaching program helped you get to that point, how our coaching program helped prepare you to make, what was it, $100,000 in 3-4 days?
Yeah.
Where it was?
It was, yeah.
Very cool. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, so I'd say it was just from beginning to end, from hopping into the industry, from getting the mentorship, the market knowledge, the sales skills, the communication skills, and just being taught how to nurture leads and how to, you know, basically take them from A all the way to Z, Z being them pulling the trigger on a purchase. I'd say it played a huge part, and it allowed me to, you know, talk about pre-construction projects in a very educated way, and also, you know, keep them on that sales line and do what I can to get them to pull the trigger for their own good. Obviously, it's real estate.
Of course, we're giving good advice, but I mean, this was a good product that you were promoting. It was a pre-construction project, and you did how many deals there?
We did 9 deals there.
Not we. Paul. Paul did 9 deals there. We as a team did a little bit more, but Paul did 9 deals at one project over the course of 3-4 weeks.
Yeah, I'd say. Yeah, I'd say within a month it was multiple 6 figures, and yeah, it was all from the coaching, man.
So, okay, in that regard, I know I'm great. I know you're great. Based on your trajectory now, based on what you've learned, based on what you're doing, based on your confidence now, you coming into your own as a real estate salesperson, where do you see your business in the next 6 to 12 months?
So I'd say now being in the position where I'm in terms of market knowledge, just confidence in general, mixed in with my sales skills, communication skills, and just my work ethic, backed by the mentorship and all the tools that we have, yeah, like guaranteed $1 million within the next year. Guaranteed.
Guaranteed. Yeah, I'm going to hold you to that. We're going to get you there. Okay. So now let me ask you this, Paul. Did you have any misconceptions about coaching before you joined our program? Is there anything that was a surprise to you in terms of coaching? Because you're a pretty confident guy. I mean, you come from sports and stuff, so you know the value of a coach. But in terms of business, I know you're confident. I know you know your own abilities in terms of what you can do. But any surprises with my coaching program? Any misconceptions that we either confirmed or denied with what we've worked on together?
Yeah, I'd say just going through life, there's been a bunch of different mentorships I paid for and done. And I'd say 99% of the time I ended up paying a certain amount of money and it just didn't work and I didn't get the results that I wanted from the very beginning. And I'd say this was probably the first time in my life I did a coaching program and things worked out better than I thought they would. So,
wow, amazing. Paul, let me ask you this just before we wrap it up. If someone's on the fence about Rex coaching or coaching in general, is there any advice that you would give the listeners in terms of real estate coaching? Anyone that's on the fence, what advice would you give them either to commit or not to commit to coaching?
Yeah, so I'd say, especially in terms of our industry, like this is a very tough industry. And for you to think you're going to be able to come in here and just make it on your own with no guidance, no mentorship, I'd tell you you're absolutely nuts. And I tell you, to save you the time and the effort and to save you spinning your tires for literally years, I'd say join the coaching 1,000% because it can take you from 0 to, multiple 6 figures in a very short period of time, because that's exactly what it did for me.
Wow. Well, we're very impressed with what you've done and what you continue to do and push the boundaries. You're the quintessential example of a phenomenal student. You take the advice and you put it into practice, and your results speak for themselves. So very proud of you. Yeah. Doing a heck of a job. Any final thoughts before we wrap it up? Any final thoughts you want any listeners to hear?
Yeah, I'd say if you have the work ethic, if you have the discipline and the motivation, that mixed in with the mentorship and just the market knowledge, I'd say, the sky's the limit in this business. So, yeah.
Really is. You decide what you want to make, you put the right effort in, right time in, and you decide what you want to make. Sky is the limit. Awesome. Well, you're proving that. Thanks, Paul. Thanks so much for your time. Happy selling. Super proud of you. Keep it up, man. You're a great role model for all the agents in the GTA and beyond. Cool. Thanks a lot.